Africa makes the semi-final always, doesn't
He was the first nigga.
Said man, away from the game. There's a
I'm a real hater like that.
Guys are gonna ride Messi, but like guys, the man can only do so much.
Yo, my brothers, my sisters, and my ballers, welcome back to another match day of What's Football Without Fans with your favorite social football analyst, Tsepiso Piti, aka Tsebzoro. To the ballers passing by, I hope you like what you see, because I surely like what I do, and make sure to join the returning ballers who continue to show me gang love and appreciation by liking, commenting, as well as to subscribe. Hot Takes is back. If you check the last one, there were many split opinions, split hairs, and we had our say in Hot Takes. We're back with it. Over on my right, I have Monty back on the What's Football Without Fans match day. How are you feeling?
Yeah, man, it's been a minute, bro. You've
Neglected you.
yeah, and I don't do that to you on my channel.
Hey.
Check out my channel, by the way, guys.
Please do check out Club Monty.
We're gonna talk about
The
that,
link
yes.
will be uploaded in the bio.
Yeah, it's,
Over on this end, I have a debutant. I shared with Tabsol Tabani, who was on the last Hot Takes, that it's been 2 years in the making trying to link with each other for a match day. It's the same with you as well. Mvu is finally on a What's Football Without Fans match day. How are you feeling?
Happy to be here. Happy to be here. Excited.
Finally.
Yeah.
Guys, Hot Takes, you spit, we dissect. We close off in saying if it is a hot take or not. Let's spit and dissect. I'll kick off in saying that Barcelona will reach 10 Champions League titles before Real Madrid reach 20. So my analogy behind that, obviously with how dominant Real Madrid has been over the last 10 years, close to 10 years, collecting 5 Champions Leagues, after the La Decima being the first team to reach double digits, they just went out to 15, whilst everyone just won a 1 or 2. Bayern Munich won, Liverpool there, Chelsea there, you name it, you know. And it's felt as though no matter which manager comes in, no matter which players come in, they'll even reach 20 before the next team reaches 10. Closest competitor is AC Milan. AC Milan are miles off it. Bayern Munich at 6. They challenge there and there. Liverpool at 6, coming in challenging. Then Barcelona at 5. The future for Barcelona looks bright, as well as financially. They've been extremely good this season. They were also relatively good under Xavi last season. If you look at how they got knocked out, not dubious, but quite lousy against PSG with Arnold Araujo's mistake. So in saying that, I feel they will reach 10 before Real Madrid reaches
so
20.
they'll win 5 more before Madrid win 5 more.
In simple terms, yes, because it's 15-5 right now.
No, I think Madrid.
The fact that you're disagreeing is invoking it being a take.
I'll tell you what. The Champions League doesn't have a. It just because you're the best team in Europe, it doesn't necessarily mean you'll win the Champions League.
As proven this season.
Yeah, exactly. So the reasons you point to Barcelona are not reasons why they'll win. So they've got good young players. That doesn't guarantee you winning the Champions League, right?
Sure.
I'd rather you would have said to me that Barcelona will go on perhaps a league winning spree. The best team typically wins the league.
Correct.
Not the best team winning the Champions League. I mean, anyone could win the Champions League. Man United could win the Champions League. Obviously, they're not in it, so that's a bit tough. But you know what? The Champions League is anyone's game.
Sure.
We have 2 Champions Leagues. We had Chelsea. This is for context. We had no business winning, right?
Our league position was 6th.
We beat
the first one.
Probably 92 goal calendar year Messi that was knocked out by Chelsea. So probably the worst, one of the worst. I mean, I'll be honest, I've got shame. 2012 Chelsea, no business, but that was destiny. That Chelsea were trying and trying.
Beat Bayern in their backyard.
Goodness me, there we were. So no.
Yeah.
I think I'd stick with the tried and tested, which is Madrid. I'd stick with Perez and brown envelopes, and then there's Mbappe.
Brown envelopes.
Madrid. I just think
E-wallets.
I just think the Madrid in the Champions League. I can't see Barcelona 5 more before Madrid 5 more. That's not to say are Barcelona going to win next weekend.
It's a question mark.
So on the day in the Champions League final, Barcelona on paper should. I don't even know if they'll beat Inter. So this is the nature of the Champions League. So,
Yeah.
So no, I'd rather stick with the tried and tested Madrid to get 5 more before Barcelona get 5 more, definitely.
Okay, my counter to that.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, the only thing that I'm uncertain of is our financial situation and how that might affect
As well.
us getting players further down the line. But getting 5 more doesn't have to be 5 in a row. And the way I recall growing up, just how the Champions League was yes, you could have a split. Maybe there'll be this team that wins it this season or whatever, but they were somewhat dominated by errors.
True.
Barcelona won 3
In 5.
Exactly. Real Madrid won 3 in a row. And aside from that, like the same teams were either making semi-finals or finals. Liverpool went to 2 in a row. Liverpool have played how many finals now?
Like 3 in the last 5 years.
Exactly.
Klopp
So-
reached 3 finals with Liverpool.
Exactly, and that's just a game-changing. Them winning 1 takes them closer to whatever number that you're getting into, right? So I think
You know what? Essentially, we are saying?
errors. I think they define errors.
And
We're
with
essentially saying
errors,
this.
I
Just-
think
just
it's
a
coming with Spanish football. I can't say Spanish football dominance yet, but right now that's the position in which Spain is heading into. It feels as though they're heading into that position.
But they're
and
always there and there.
they've always been strong, correct. But during the time, like you said, mentioned the Barcelona era of their strength, internationally, Spain was killing the world.
And more
And
importantly,
right now, Barcelona has a good DNA of that coming through, and it's transforming internationally.
and sorry to just cut you off. And more importantly, there's a generational player that's there.
So
And
that's what
I
I'm
think-
about to talk about now.
I think, so just maybe before you get into that, I think I said when Mbappe was signed earlier this season that, history is going to repeat itself. They'll sign all these big players, but then there's a player that's there waiting at Barcelona that's going to take them to the next level and where they
Correct.
need to be. So,
Alright, so essentially what we're saying here is that football and the football gods are going to choose Lamine Yamal 5 times before they choose Mbappe.
Technically not,
That
but
is
it
what
is a
you guys are saying.
possibility.
I don't think Mbappe will be at Madrid long enough to win 5 Champions League titles.
Fair.
I think
But
he'll
we're
leave Madrid.
saying that this kid from Barcelona is going to stand in Mbappe's way.
Yes. No
Damn.
hesitation.
So,
yes.
so I mean, that's a hot take in itself, I think.
Yeah, to be honest,
Everything
that alone, yeah,
everything that we've watched Mbappe do,
like if we can give them both
what everything
10
Mbappe's
years,
given
Mbappe
us,
10 years at
we are
Madrid,
saying that
Lamine
this
Yamal-
guy,
Lamine
Lamine
Yamal will
Yamal
finish
was
in the next 10 years.
Yes.
Lamine will have more Champions Leagues than Mbappe.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. That is a take in
That's
itself,
crazy.
bro.
Yes.
That's a take in
That's
itself,
crazy.
boy. That's
guys,
a take in itself.
how are you guys doing this to Mbappe?
No. This has nothing
And
to
it's
do
not
with how
disrespect to
great-
him,
Yeah.
but he's amongst the GOATs with what he's done internationally, you know? Like he internationally,
I'm
he's out of
scared
this
to
world.
talk about Mbappe like this. I'm stopping.
But-
I'm scared to do this. What you are doing to Mbappe at the table, I'm worried.
But this
I don't
is-
know I can do this.
I don't
But
feel
this
it's
is not
disrespectful.
disrespecting.
I don't know that
I
can
don't
do
feel
this.
it's disrespectful.
If anything, it's just crediting Lamine.
Yeah, and look,
Simply
nah,
put.
look, I've got another hot take.
If
that I don't
everyone
even think-
knows Mbappe's a great
my
player.
hot take is not curated yet, nah, so I wouldn't bring it to this debate. I've got Lamine Yamal to be better than Messi.
Wait, come again?
Wait, you're complaining about Mbappe?
No, hold on.
You're scared to talk about Mbappe.
Listen, that's what I'm saying.
But you're gonna come
That's
talk
what I'm
about
saying.
Messi.
It's not curated yet. It's not curated yet. But give me a second. Let me land. Lamine Yamal is on course. He's on course to be better than Messi. He's on course. Messi did not have the kind of responsibility that this kid has at his age. How old is Lamine Yamal, guys? Just a second.
He's 17.
Are you guys
According-
insane?
Yeah.
This guy's 17.
Is he 17?
17, 18.
Yeah.
He's 17, but like,
I just don't understand
When
how
Messi
he's
was
scared.
17,
He's scared to talk
let me
about
tell you-
Mbappe,
let
but
me
he's
tell you
talking
when
about
Messi
the
was doing
greatest player.
17, it was. Did he even make his debut? Yeah, when he was 17, made his debut when he came on for Ronaldinho.
Yeah,
They
something
never-
like
they-
that,
they
yeah.
do
Well,
clap,
Ronaldinho gave him his
and then
first
Ronaldinho
assist,
said,
but yeah.
you've
But he
got
was in the
next.
shadow of the best player in the world.
You've got
Lamine
next.
doesn't have that.
Lamine
ahead
Yamal's
of
not
him.
on some. You've got next. He is it. No, we're talking about this guy with the Ballon d'Or today.
I do label him as the best player in the world right now.
Yes,
Messi did
he's-
not have nearly the kind of responsibility this guy's. When I watched Barcelona play against Inter Milan, I saw Lamine Yamal turn into a man. They lost the game, but what a performance. I've never seen somebody carry that. Like, guys, give me this ball.
Yeah.
I'm going to take us. No one else is going to take us there. I'm taking us there.
Like he sent the left backs over to their homes.
Guys,
DeMarco got
It's
taken off
plausible.
out of
It's plausible
45
that Lamine
minutes.
Yamal is on. It's plausible. It's just that he might
Bastoni
just
said
not
it's his
have-
toughest opponent, and Bastoni
It
has
just-
faced Mbappe,
it just-
Ronaldo,
it's
the
just-
list goes on.
Lamine Yamal might not. I don't think he'll score as many goals as Messi. So his end product as far as goals is concerned, I don't know. But this kid,
Sure.
Wait, okay. I just
So-
have something to say about that. Firstly, all of us here, maybe not all of us, but I certainly think he's the best player in the world. I think he's a generational talent. But
hold on,
there's
hold
just
on,
two
hold on,
things.
hold on, hold on. Say that again.
I think he's the best player in the world.
I also say he's the best player in the world.
This guy's 17.
Now, I just don't
Stop
understand
it, guys.
how
Stop it.
you're in this light. You're saying you're not afraid to say that he's going to be better than Messi, but you're afraid
Yeah.
to talk about him and Mbappe.
I've not curated my. Stop saying my take is not curated.
There's no
yet.
correlation.
It's not
There has to
curated
be a
yet.
correlation in this
Next
instance.
time you have
can't
to
There
decide.
has to be.
I'll
but
come to
we're not
facts
getting
why
it, is what I
Lamine
say.
Yamal's going to be better than Messi. I just don't have them yet. I don't have them yet. That's something else throwing out there.
But it's fine. At 17, he wasn't doing this and all of that. But I think sometimes people also forget. Like, you shouldn't be afraid to say that he was better than him at 17. That's fine.
Yeah,
But I think
okay.
sometimes people forget that Messi's literally had one of the most perfect careers. He's won world championships at a youth level. He's won the Olympics. He's won Champions Leagues. He's won Copa Americas. He's won this. He's won everything that there is to win in football while being the most talented player we've ever seen. Maybe that could be
Continue.
debated. But there hasn't been anyone like him. You can't say this guy's like him. And like he's had a perfect career. There aren't many
Guys,
players
don't
that
let
can
Lamine
have a
Yamal,
perfect career
they finished
from youth
Messi-
level.
They finished
to
Messi by
finishing.
25. They finished football by 25. He already has the La Liga. He already has the European Championship. He may finish everything Messi by 25. Then he can retire. Then he's finished. He's done.
He may.
Next year he can get the
Done.
World Cup. We
So
all
he
see
may-
Spain as favorites.
La Liga check. La Liga check.
He
Euros
Champions
check.
League. Yeah, Euro check. Champions League maybe check. He's 17. He may have the World Cup. The next World Cup. What is he missing? The Ballon d'Or. He may get it if he wins the Champions League.
But you're
Then
scared
we
about
finished.
Mbappe.
Then we finished.
But
He's
I-
17.
I-
We finished.
I can't believe.
Stop
I can't
this,
believe.
guys.
I
Stop
can't believe
this.
you're
I
saying
need you
this,
guys
but
to
then
go
you're scared to
into-
talk about him and Mbappe.
He
That
may
doesn't
fin-
make sense to me.
So
I'm
again,
so sorry.
again, I'll curate it. Next time we'll meet at this table and I'll actually bring that as my hot take.
Okay.
That Lamine Yamal is going to be better than Messi and it won't even be close.
And with saying that, let me head you over into your hot take for today.
Right. So my hot take for today, you know I'm a shameless guy. Eh? If you check my Google searches, I search Chelsea the most and Pirates, and then it's Man United. I love Man United, so they bring me so much joy. As a guy growing up as a Chelsea supporter, Man United was the team who hated the most. They were the team that stood in my way the most. This is amazing what I'm watching happen at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
But here's my hot take.
Theatre of Nightmares, a rainy stadium.
For all Old Trafford's falling down, you know.
Rainy stadium, boy. Filled with rats.
For all, damn. Is that
Hey.
as well?
Okay, I'm done with the banter.
and it's not a
Respect,
lie.
Man United. Great
It's not a
club.
lie.
And respect Man United.
Great club. Big club.
I was talking to my Man United friend the other day, and I told him the Europa League final actually hurt more than it made me happy. It was such a weird game to watch because when Spurs scored, I was happy. But then as things,
Unfolded.
I thought, I've lost Man United, dude. I've lost the Man United. That were my rivals. Like, this is not funny anymore. It's no longer fun. It's genuinely not funny anymore. Like, what's happening here? But anyway, on to the hot take.
Yes.
Manchester United, for all the trophies they've won 20 times, that a certain player has not been a part of any of them. Bruno Fernandes is the best. Hold on. Bruno Fernandes is a top 10 Man United all-time Premier League player.
All-time Premier League player.
No.
So the Premier League started in 1992.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes is in the
No.
top 10.
He's
So in
not.
other words, you're saying there are
He's not.
10 names. There is not 10 names
You will
better
not.
than Man
Then
United.
Bruno Fernandes-
Better than Bruno
So
and Man
points in
United.
time,
I like
contribution
Premier
to
League
the
players. It's
team.
gonna lead on to mine, but
Points in time, contribution to the team, impact to the team, responsibility to the team. Let's not look at the situation Bruno finds
why?
himself in.
Why?
That's situational.
Why?
Man United or Bruno Fernandes falling down away from getting relegated. There
No.
are Bruno Fernandes
Mathematically,
injury away
if we can
from
look
being
at it,
relegated.
Man United,
There's
like,
no two ways
we're
about
looking
that.
at them like a Leeds. Forest went through it from the 80s.
Okay.
They were successful. Then 90s
There are
disappeared.
not 9 players better than Bruno since 1992. Manchester United. If Bruno played in Sir Alex Ferguson's teams, United would have done the triple not once; they'd have done it twice.
Okay, let's name players. Let's do this.
Okay, I'll start.
Okay, Wayne Rooney,
Yes.
Ruud van Nistelrooy,
Okay.
No.
Eric
But I'm
Cantona.
hearing you. Yeah.
Premier League era.
Yeah.
Premier League.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
3. Ronaldo 4.
Ronaldo,
Ronaldo, four, yeah.
Scholes, Simple, Kane.
Scores. Kane.
Rio Ferdinand.
Hold on, stop.
Vidic.
Keane. Hold on, I want to do something with Keen. There. Just put Keen to the side for a second.
Edwin van der Sar.
For a second, I want to put Keen to the.
Hell, I would even
Okay,
say
so we're
Michael
on 7
Carrick.
then.
No.
So, okay, if we delete
no, no,
if we
see,
delete
see,
Kane,
it's
we're on
getting
7.
tough now.
Okay,
I'm hearing
no,
Pivot,
we
it's getting
continue.
tough.
We continue.
Yeah.
So if you're deleting Kane,
I'm not deleting
we're on
him.
7.
I'm not deleting
Ryan
him.
Giggs.
I'm
Oh,
not
there's a
deleting-
question mark.
Yeah, I
over.
want to say something on people like Keen and stuff.
Ryan
I want to
Giggs.
get to the
Okay.
Keen. I want to put Giggs in that Keen bracket as well, but let's put Giggs, it's fine. So
Okay,
put Keen to
David
the side.
Beckham.
Scholes.
Premier League here. I said Scholes,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
yes.
Wait, let's
David
count,
Beckham
guys,
as well.
count.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's slow
We've
it down
named
for him.
10
No,
players.
you haven't. You've named eight. You've named eight.
Let's slow it down.
No, we didn't.
You've named eight.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Scholes as the last name we said.
Let's start
That's
again.
eight.
Okay, let's just hold Van Nistelrooy there.
That's fine. Yeah,
I want to put him
I have
also
no-
in
I
this
have- I have
thing where
no-
what
I have
I'm going
no
to do
issue.
with Keen and Van Nistelrooy there,
Okay,
yeah?
No, Van Nistelrooy, I have no
let me come out
issue.
for the both of us.
Okay.
Scholes,
Yeah,
Ronaldo,
yeah,
Rooney,
yes,
Ferdinand, Cantona,
yes.
Vidic.
Vidic.
Put Vidic this side, I want to do something. So Vidic,
Ryan Giggs.
we said Vidic who?
You
Keen
said
and...
Vidic, Giggs, Keane.
Yeah,
You
put them
are
there. I want
going
to
there,
do
ne?
something with them quickly. Hold on, get into them. So we have
Scholes, Rooney, Ronaldo, Cantona, Ferdinand.
Okay.
Giggs.
He said Giggs is in that bracket.
No,
but
did
you
I?
can
I'm not
keep
putting
him.
Giggs in that bracket.
You're not.
Let's put
Okay,
Giggs.
then that's 6 then. Beckham.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who else did we put in? We said no Rio. No, Rio's
No,
there.
no,
But he
Rio's
said
there.
Vidic
Keane.
can't
Yeah,
be
he's
part of.
Yeah.
part of... Wait.
You said Premier League specifically,
Yeah.
ne? Andy Cole has to be there.
Dwight York, Eddie Cole. I'm not sure about Eddie Cole. Dwight York, yes.
You're not sure about Andy Cole?
Yes.
Okay, let's continue.
Yes, I'm not. I'm not. Sure. I'm sure about Dwight York. I'm not sure about Eddie Cole. What? All right,
Okay, let's continue.
I have
Premier League, ne?
I have-
Gary Neville has to go in there.
I have Michael Carrick.
Hold on,
I have
get
Michael
him-
Carrick
I
before.
didn't get over here. I didn't get over here.
I have
This
Michael
is
Carrick
bracket
before
where I
Bruno
said we're gonna
Fernandes.
discuss them
Okay,
now,
you know,
yeah?
in simple terms.
I have Michael Carrick
because
before
there's
Bruno
You
disagreement.
don't
Fernandes.
have Michael Carrick before Bruno.
I am telling you.
No, you
wait a
don't.
second, I have Michael Carrick before Bruno Fernandes.
You know now what I need
In
to
simple
happen.
terms, ne?
You know what I need to happen there?
Because we're disagreeing, it isn't. But like, I feel like it's so left, bro.
Then there's players
It's
we didn't even
not
watch.
so left.
There's players that we didn't even watch. Your Dennis Owens and all those guys.
that was the next name I was
okay,
coming
guys,
to.
like-
As the Premier
Okay,
League.
guys, my heart goes out to Bruno.
No.
I'll tell you why.
Myself included,
No,
just as a
it's
neutralist in
unfair what's
football,
happening
ne?
to
My heart doesn't
I
go out
respect
to
It
him.
goes out
him.
to Bruno.
I
Bro. It
respect
goes out
him.
so much to Bruno.
He's a great
My
player.
heart to Bruno Fernandes.
Yes.
The situation this guy's found himself in there. How many of these guys that you've named there could swap shoes with Bruno?
All of them. What do you mean?
Okay, what makes this a bit hard is that some of these guys centre backs and some of these are holding birds and stuff. Of the attackers, there probably all the
Are
attackers.
you a guy that likes stats?
No. Well, I like the bottom line, which is results. If stats means results, then I like to win. We need to win games.
We got him.
No, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in sitting and watching. Paula, probably losing. I want effect. We
Oh,
need to-
you don't
Aye,
want to
okay, there it is.
You don't want to see Adel Taarabt, boy. You want to see
Where's the-
Salah.
You see, this is why I'm so happy with this new crop of
In
players.
a way.
They're restoring the
In a
feeling
way.
where
In a
watching
way.
where watching football matters.
Guys,
what
not for my team.
what
Not-
players
not-
make
not-
you feel
Not my
matters?
team.
Bro,
Not my
Eden
team.
Hazard.
Not my
Like,
team.
move
Look at
me.
Look, as a neutral, do you have Taarabt on your team? Great, I'll watch you. And my team, can I please have effect?
Yeah.
Can I have effect?
You want
Can we
results.
discuss
I'm
the
not
players
your-
that you put to the
I'm
side?
not your parents.
Wait.
Okay,
I'm a
then-
fan.
you
I'm
need
not
to-
your
You
parents.
need to talk to us about the
a
players that you put
fan.
to the
Let's
side.
leave this
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Let's come here.
The players that you put to the
Yeah,
side.
so what I was gonna do to them is I was gonna just
And they are. Let's name them again. It's Giggs. It's Vidic.
No,
It's
Giggs I
Roy
said-
Keane.
no,
Your
Giggs I said I'd
greatest
put. I said I'd
captain
put.
ever
No, I said I'd
is
put. I said I'd put.
Giggsy
He's the-
put him in. It's
I put him-
Keane
no,
and Vidic.
Yeah.
Keane. Your greatest captain ever.
Yeah.
Let's hear
Your
it.
greatest captain ever is on the side.
You just said to me stats. Why is King the greatest captain ever? Because he's the most decorated. Oh, Gary was the most decorated.
This is not even
These
just
guys
what
are
I think.
decorated.
It's not
These
even
guys
what-
are decorated.
Wait.
They're not good. They're not. Are they ballers? You guys spoke about ballers now. Is King a baller?
Yes.
He's a baller.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Play, bro.
Yes.
Wait.
Kid could play.
What are you doing there?
Let me be honest
Am
with
I
you.
in the right
Let me
room?
be honest
His
with you.
kid
And
was
like-
a baller.
Like Keane-
Everyone is
Keane-
against him right now, guys. The
Keane
people
gets
behind
it,
the
like,
camera.
vilified so
No
bad,
one
guys.
agrees with him.
Okay.
No one
I'm
agrees
not-
with him.
Don't compare Keane to the name I'm about to give you. Don't compare Keane to the name I'm about to give you.
Yeah.
But in the form in which he'd play football, and he would not control it to that level, but he'd just knock it out to have the tempo run at that level. Like we get we overlook Keane's ability with the ball because of his antics off it. But at playing with it in its most simple form, Xavi. Just classic. I said I'm not comparing him to Xavi.
That's
but
fine.
just
That's fine.
his playing mode.
Okay,
Give and go. And then the architect and the sprayer was goals.
And this just
He didn't play like that.
aside from the Xavi shouts, like these are things that not us as fans think. These are things that players that he's played with think. Players that have come after him think this.
I've not seen them talk about Roy Keane like that. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying
It's well documented.
Wait.
Come, legends speak about Roy Keane like this.
Wait, question. What are we saying about Keane? What are we actually? What are we saying? That he was what? What are we saying?
He was a world-class midfielder.
World-class midfielder.
And he's Man United's greatest captain ever.
No. What, I mean, that's what
Okay,
does that mean? Did he win a lot? Did he,
midfielder.
what?
He won a lot and he was integral in those titles.
Greatest captain as far as intangibles being a captain, like putting his hand over your
Intangibles.
He was influential, heavily.
influential.
Influence, yes.
Influential.
Yes.
Like influential, that's an intangible, right? That's, hey, bro, come, we need to win this game. Come, guys, come. That's
Bro,
like
season
that.
after season with you having the armband and being the next player after the manager, you have to highlight
Okay, so
it.
influential. So many people like that. John Terry was like that. Rio Flynn was like influential
Yes!
like that.
Great,
Yes! Yes, they were like that.
Wait. I was not saying Bruno. I wasn't comparing Bruno to people in that light. I said Paula. I said Bruno's a better Paula than these. I'm not talking
Okay,
about
Bruno-
But you said, but you said he's
But
a
then
top
top
10
Yes.
in Premier League, and he isn't.
Yes, he is.
Because there's those things that matter as
No,
well.
he didn't talk- Dude, another thing,
Intangibles
yeah.
matter.
Bro,
How you affect your team matter.
We can't
Bruno
ignore the fact of a
Fernandes.
player.
Wait.
Yes, we love, this guy is lovely with the ball, which I do too. But you have to look at how he is as a player. These guys are football players. All of us here are
Keane is a
talented
football
with the
player.
ball. We are nice with the ball, but we're not at their level because we're not great
Roy
players.
Keane is a
Hence why Conor
football
Gallagher can run there as much as I disregard him as a player. But he's at that level in a top 5 league,
And-
representing a top team in the Champions League every 2 weeks.
And
Guys,
I
I'm
want to
serious,
add, like,
yeah.
I know that circumstances are a big factor with maybe how people would assess Bruno Fernandes. And
Do you
that,
agree? Do you
know-
agree? Do
No,
you-
wait.
Do you agree?
No. I don't agree with anything you said.
Damn.
I don't
So
agree
you
with
don't
anything
agree
you
that
said.
Bruno's
Wait.
in a circumstance that is unfortunate?
No. I'm saying
Yes, I agree
while
with you.
while I understand that the circumstances might not be favorable, but we cannot negate his effect on this team. Yes, he's. I think for this season as well that he's performed at a high enough level and
Since he
won
joined.
United points
Since he joined.
when they were down.
Not
But
stopped. He
that's
doesn't
what
even bench.
Yeah, but that's what great players do. When your team needs you, they rise, right?
Damn, Bruno's been dealing- Damn, man, bro, can't rest.
but it's not
Bro,
a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that the way he plays, his style of play, also is a limiting factor to United getting things over the line.
Okay,
right?
let him leave.
We
Let him
watched
leave.
Bruno Fernandes.
Let him leave.
We
Okay.
watched Bruno Fernandes play this final right now.
Yeah.
Disappointing, and you expect your best players to have good performances. I personally cannot recall Bruno Fernandes having a great final for Man United. That FA Cup final was man of the match. Was it Kobe Manu? Right? He had a good assist, but I've never
assist by Bruno.
seen Bruno. I've never seen Bruno take over a final. I've never seen him take over a final.
Oh, that assist. No, that
It was
assist.
a great assist.
The Kobe Manu assist.
It was a great assist.
Meh.
I don't know if Bruno meant that.
But
See,
Nah.
these guys that they see it Amaya. They're like, yo, hey,
But
this
you
guy,
guys just told me
this
now
guy's
that
the
Paula's
one.
matter. You
He's
just
better,
said to me
he's better
Paula's
than
matter.
everyone. No,
You
we
guys
do.
just said
but
Paula's
but
matter.
you,
That was a
you
Paula moment
But
in
you
the
said
final.
you only care about effect in the team. You care about stats. You care
know
about
what,
end
nah?
product and all of these things.
You know what, nah?
and that has nothing to do with
You know what, nah?
how good a player looks on the eye.
So Bruno's not top 10. You guys know
He's not top 10, no.
No, please. All right. I'm going to go to grave with this because I'm not changing. I'm gonna mature this. I'm gonna mature this take. I hope he leaves. First of all, I hope he. So that Man United fans, dude.
what's funny is none of us support Man
Nothing
United.
makes me so passionate about this, bro. After Chelsea,
That's so
the
crazy.
way that these people treat Bruno, I hope
Oh
he
no,
leaves.
it is
I hope he
disrespectful
leaves.
heavily.
Then,
but
But that has nothing to do with your take.
There's
nothing to do with the take.
I'm gonna take it a step further. Nah. The Mbappe transfer didn't break football. Nah. If Bruno were to go to Real Madrid, that would tip the scale.
Okay, that's a conversation for another day.
That's what
He's going worse to worse.
That's the take. That's
going
the
worse
take.
to worse.
That's the take.
It's a
That's the
conversation
transfer.
for another
That's the
day.
transfer that would tip the scale in football.
All right.
It
Bruno
will
went to
tip the
Madrid.
scale. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Sharp.
We thought the Mbappe one would it didn't. Mbappe's one nothing. If Bruno goes to Madrid, guys don't know. You guys must watch Bruno play
Bruno
on a team.
Fernandes-
Play on a team where
Bruno-
he can.
if Bruno-
sleep
if Bruno-
early.
you know
the
what,
night
I hear you.
before, Where
You know
he
what, I
can
hear you.
sleep early
If
the
you
night
say-
before.
If you know what I hear
France,
you. If you said
Madrid.
if Bruno Fernandes played under Klopp, that makes sense. Transitional manager.
I for
feeding-
one don't
feeding
think that would work.
Salah,
I actually don't even
feeding
think that would
Dingan
work.
too.
I actually don't even think
But
that would
Xabi
work.
Alonso's not. Do we think Xabi Alonso's a transitional
That's what
manager?
I'm not even wanting to hear it. It's just for
I don't think
another
he's gonna-
day, to be
I don't-
honest, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he'll go. So this is just all hypothetical, and it's me my dream.
That's another
But
thing.
they were- they
How
were
many
supposed
clubs
to-
have actually come in for Bruno?
Only Saudi. No one wants it.
It's okay.
It's been tough,
That's a
bro.
good- you know what,
Like he also has had long-term contracts.
no, I hear
and
you.
quickly
I hear you.
extended
But
as
when
well.
clubs want great players, they go get them.
Okay.
I mean,
How
let's-
many people have tried to go get Bruno?
Partly, I'll defend him in this scenario.
This is not me
Partly.
rinsing him, by the way.
Fair. Partly, I'll defend him in this scenario. It comes back to Monty's point on situational and the circumstances with Man United. In the past 5 years, who's wanted someone from Man United? Just let's leave Bruno. Like, who's been a targeted name consistently,
But again,
window after window?
Would it not be easier to attract those players because they know that United are not in a good situation? So if there's a great player that's there,
But by
he
a top
needs
team.
he needs to leave, and we need this player here because clearly we can see that he's not thriving there.
I can't even name McTominay as an outlier, even with him winning MVP in Serie A. But no one's wanted someone from
Bruno
Man U,
holds
bro.
United dear to his heart. I'm not saying that is the reason. I mean, players leave all the time, even though they love a club. Bruno holds United dear to his heart. The United fans don't hold Bruno dear to their hearts. I hope he leaves so that this team can get relegated and we'll be back here.
So all of this got you to that take.
Yeah, it's actually part of what I hope happens. Just
As
because
a hope, yeah. As a
Bruno
hater.
must leave. I'm sure of what's going to happen at United if Bruno leaves tomorrow.
And that's fine. That does not make him top 10.
He's a top 10 player of the Premier League era. That's it.
Vushu, feed us with your hot take.
Bit of a spin-off, but in 2018, I said that Harry Kane is a selfish player and he will never win a league. This was when he was at Tottenham. And I think it was around just before the World Cup when, or was it just after, where he signed, he renewed his contract with Spurs. I was livid. I was like, this is a clearly great player that should not be where he is. And he decided to stay for whatever reason, right? Went back and forth with Tabani over this. He's Harry Kane's son, by the way. And I think the best way, like shortly after that message, I said he is like Russell Westbrook. Again, right? Great player, no one can deny it.
Ish.
Talented, gets the stats, has given moments
Multiple
where
triple doubles, like
exactly,
a
you know what I
clip
mean?
of that.
He gives you moments where you can not deny that this is a great player. But now when you want to discuss those great players amongst others in the table, so Harry Kane was put into, maybe in 2018 before now, right? People would have said Harry Kane should be he sits at the same table as your Alan Shearers, he sits at the same table as your Thierry Henrys, your Agueros, whatever, right? Based on his talent and his performances. But all of those players, right, have given their team moments when they needed them, right? And those moments led to titles. I think now he's won the league title, which I'm happy for, but I don't have a Harry Kane moment or game that comes to mind where he was like, you know what, this is a great player that has gotten his crowning moment and they won this title or this game because of him. So
Okay.
he's had opportunities in the
National team and
finals, semi-finals, and I think out of all of these players that we put him on the same table as, and rightly so, he should be there. I don't think he's held to the same standard in how you kind of how do I say this? How his performances are assessed in those big games. It's always he wasn't helped, and never, you know what, he didn't give us enough today.
Okay, just for context, Russell Westbrook is a basketball player who plays currently for the Denver Nuggets in the NBA. And yeah,
Probably will be inducted to the Hall of Fame, you know?
a great basketball player.
Exactly.
But with no ring, no chip. And he's had the teams around him. Okay, Harry Kane. Yeah, I'm struggling to think of performance. Like, in terms of saying selfish, I always go back to the 2019 Champions League final. He had not played since January. Pochettino starts him in his first game since January against the best defender in the world, in the best performing team in the world that season being Liverpool. I say the best performing team because even in the league, they reached 97 points, even without
They were
winning the league.
unbelievable.
But, that points tally. And what Tottenham did in the quarterfinals against Man City, semi-finals comeback against Spurs, it was just set in stone that for the final, Mora has to start instead of Kane. You have Ali, you have Eriksen, you have Son, have Mora in. Selfish, coach's part maybe, Kane's part. But yeah, great player, and which you do certify and which you do say he is a great player, amazing talents. But in the big games, man,
So,
he's fallen.
You know
And
that
he's had them at Wembley. He had it in Berlin. Well, Wembley being the 2021 Euros, Berlin 2024 Euros as England's captain.
he's had moments with. He has a team now in Bayern Munich where the expectation is much higher than what it was at Tottenham, and I don't think as great he has been in the league, which we can equate to Russell Westbrook, but in the Champions League when it's time,
Playoffs.
exactly,
Playoffs to the knockouts.
That's where these players make a name for themselves, right? You know what I mean? Like what's that video of that American guy who says, "Close your eyes, close your eyes." I see Drogba's header. Close your eyes. I see Thierry Henry sidestepping one, sidestepping two. Close your eyes. I see Messi scoring in the Champions League final against Man United. I see Ronaldo. Close your eyes and do the same thing with Harry Kane.
Dololo.
I don't see anything.
Dololo.
I don't see anything.
you know what I...
North London Derby. I heard North London Derby there. Scores that amazing goal. What did they win?
Takes off his mask.
You know what I think,
No crowning moment.
Yeah.
I think we need to read...
Sorry to interrupt you. Even Bundesliga with Leipzig, that 3-3 game was so when he came down the tunnel, fun to it, but Leipzig last minute equalizer. It's like, you have to wait another week.
And guys, I'm very happy for him. I wanted him to leave Tottenham. He needed to leave there. But we just don't hold him to a standard that these other great players are held to. And I don't like that. How can you put him at the same table if you're not going to hold him to the same standards?
Sure.
I think we need to reinvent the wheel a bit.
Yeah.
And the emphasis we put on a final, I think is a little bit too much.
Okay.
Sometimes these players, they contribute so much in bringing their team to a certain point. And then maybe he has a bad final.
Yeah.
And then, where were you in the final? Oh, ghost in the final. But also we need to understand there's a lot that goes into stuff like this.
Yeah.
Especially for you as a good player to have a good final is really, really hard.
Yeah.
You're probably better off being selfless in the final,
Yeah.
and handing the torch over maybe to someone else.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
So
Because-
Batman must hand it to the Robin in a way.
For that game, specifically just for that game.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really hard to show up as a big player in a final.
Yep.
It should happen. Don't get me wrong. It should happen if you're big. And I think that we need to reserve greatness for great people that show up in finals and you're a good player. It's so difficult.
Okay.
Every time you get the ball, the camera, the commentators, your teammates, everyone, and it's really not that easy.
No,
so
Let's come to that specifically with Harry Kane now.
Yeah.
And you-
as well.
and
I
you-
also
and you
wanna
com-
do
but
that
He's
with
right
him.
when he says the thing is for a striker, the ball will fall for you. The ball always falls for you as a striker. It's not like
And-
a 10. What I just said.
I have
is more
campaigns
privileged
of
for like
Harry
a-
Kane for that.
for
Exactly.
like a 10. Like
Exactly.
10 it's hard. Like a 10, you might want to not hold on to the ball too long.
Yep.
Pass it early. But a 10, I mean, the striker, the ball's coming.
I think the issue here, right, which I'm trying to qualify, is that I completely agree with you. It's not easy, and it's not about emphasizing on one single game. Firstly, he's had multiple opportunities, and I think that's my issue here. He's had multiple opportunities to take over a game. Even if he didn't score, if he had a man of the match performance, you know what I mean? Like
Di Maria
clearly,
showing.
exactly. We know Di Maria has moments. There's games where you can remember that this was
Atletico.
his game.
The perfect
and,
Robert
and
in
it's
football,
not. And
Di
for
Maria.
me, it's not a coincidence
Literally,
that
bro.
the greatest players have moments. They have these games where they kind of like, you know what? This is the game that you'll remember him by, and this is a game that led to a title. It doesn't have to be a final. It could be a semi-final. It could be something. But I just don't. I can't open my eyes and I can't close my eyes and remember when Harry Kane had that. I don't.
I've got nothing. I've got nothing. I agree. I don't
As
have
you're
it in
saying
my
it.
mind either.
So-
I've got the North London Derby goal.
The audience is
that's
saying it. He's not clutch and he lacks big match temperament.
And we
In a
understand
certain
it's
extent.
Spurs and all of those things, which is why I was so angry when he signed that deal in 2018 or 2019. I was like, that is just the dumbest thing you can do. And people quantified it by saying, Spurs were in a good position and they were. But I'm like, yes. But if I was Harry Kane's brother and I love this guy, I say, boy, you can't do that. You're a great player that needs to play at a great club, and Spurs, unfortunately, are not going to be
So
the
why
club that you
don't
win
you
with.
say this about Bruno? Why Bruno gets different treatment? Why don't we say to Bruno, you're a great player that needs to play for a
Okay,
great club?
have
Why for
none of
Bruno
us
to-
have none of us said
Everything
Bruno's a
we've
great
just
player?
said- Everything we've just said about Harry Kane, we could have easily just switched the names.
No.
Everything we've just said.
No.
Is that how you really feel?
Firstly, the historical context of the two clubs is a big factor in this, right? You
What does
mentioned
Bruno do about that?
no,
That
no, but
I
I'm
get
saying,
you, I
no,
get
I'm
you,
saying
yes, but-
you are saying he's the top 10 player for one of the greatest Premier League sides ever. That's not the case, bro. He's not better than players that have gotten over the line with this team. Like he's not.
I can't take any of these players, swap shoot, Bob, maybe Rudy and Ronaldo, and put them in Bruno's
So
shoes.
he's top 3 for you.
No.
Wait.
Listen to
Top
us.
10. What number is he? Wait. What number is he on this list of yours?
Let me finish what I'm saying.
What number on the list? What number is he? Tell us.
Cantona with the collar
Let me
is above
finish what
him.
I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. I don't think, and it's positional, he plays the certain position. So it's tough. When you guys say Ferdinand and Van der Sar, so it's tough. I can't take any of these people on this list, both 2 or 3 of them, and put them in Bruno's shoes and go to bed saying there'll be a huge difference.
Okay, yes or no?
I don't think so.
So yes or no in simple terms. The only 2 players you can definitely allude to
The ones
saying
that play his
are
position.
greater.
The ones that play
No,
his
no, no.
position.
Wait,
No, yeah.
are greater than Bruno Fernandes in a Man United Premier League top 10 are Rooney and Ronaldo. Everyone else, Bruno has an argument.
No, I'm saying I can them 2 there. And I've got Rudy as the best Premier League player ever, by the way, you know this. With my eyes as a kid, no one caused me
Chaos.
harm like Wayne Rooney. Like. So Rudy Ronaldo, it's a positional thing. Who else were the 10s? Who are no, on the list, I'm saying. Who are the other 10s on the list? You had Cantona.
Oh, as in like attackers. Well, okay. When
Tell us what you think.
Don't
Don't-
isolate the
yeah.
top 10. Isolated to
I can't put
attacker.
Ferdinand
Attacker.
at 10.
Okay,
yes,
no,
it's
we've
better
got-
than Ferdinand.
we've
If
got
you ask me
that.
Ferdinand, yes, it's better.
We've got that.
Than Ferdinand at 10.
Attackers.
Yeah.
Let's say, okay, Bruno Fernandes is an attacking midfielder. We're not going to separate him from the strikers. Rooney was a striker, Ronaldo striker, winger. So attackers
On
in
this
that list.
yes.
The names Beckham, Giggs, Cantona.
I don't think Beckham carries United the way Bruno's carrying United. Doesn't have it. He's not that kind of guy.
I
Fight
think
me. There's no more fighting.
I-
We see it's quiet. It's a bit quiet now. It's a bit more quiet now. When I said that,
I personally think that
and you know why it's quiet? Just 2 seconds there, because now they've put Beckham in the situation, not the one he was in, the treble-winning team. Now they've said, could Beckham carry?
Beckham finished number 2 in
Not
the
sure
Ballon
about
d'Or
that.
standings
Not
in
sure about
that
that now.
season,
That's
bro.
a different question now. Who's the other attacker?
Andy Cole is
Hit me.
another attacker.
okay.
So just
Dwight York.
Just pick Bruno up and drop him in. Can we?
So I think
put them in the same situation.
firstly, you're having 2 different arguments.
True.
Right.
But like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why I said
yeah,
it was a
that's the
simple
fact.
yes or no question.
Exactly.
According to him, from the attackers that have
Yeah.
a name in the
Fourth.
top 10,
Yeah.
Fourth.
Bruno Fernandes, only Rooney and Ronaldo.
And maybe
there's
someone
no
we're forgetting.
contest.
Let's say
Everyone
Cantona.
else,
I don't watch
Bruno
Cantona
has an
consistently.
argument.
My
Yes, for the attackers, yes.
My
The
whole,
answer is yes.
Fourth, maybe. To put
That's
none
fine.
of them in the situation Bruno's in, I cannot put Beckham in the situation. I can't put who else? Cantona, I'm just not sure. I don't watch him consistently enough. I don't know.
Fine.
But Beckham, I'm pretty sure I understand the fiber, the kind of player Beckham was. No, United would no.
I think just with this whole Bruno Fernandes discussion, I think if Bruno is your best player in the team, you will not win a league.
Yo.
And
No,
that
I don't know how you say that. I don't know. I don't know.
and that's not a slight on him.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
If he's your best player,
Because he's been the best on a, he's got nothing
if-
to work with.
because
To be
there's
honest, I've
so
always
much.
said he needs support.
yeah, so,
Like, I
so I
can
wouldn't
hear
know.
that.
I wouldn't
If
know.
he's your best player in the team, you're not winning the league.
Guys, do you recall how deadly United used to be, Joe? Like, I'm talking about Bruno when he first came.
Are you sure you're not a United supporter?
No.
Bro,
Like, you know,
United, everyone, United used to be scary. Even recently, I'm not talking about
like that,
20.
that COVID United
like,
under
COVID, like,
Solskjaer,
only at yes.
when Martial was even
there's so much
No.
and I think this is the point that
Garnacho
you're making,
must
this
go.
is the point that you're trying to bring forward with the
He's a
Harry Kane
United
argument.
support.
I'm saying I think this
Yeah.
is like part of your point that you're bringing forward with my Harry Kane take is that there's more there's more to moments, right? A player can have, and Bruno definitely has moments, and he saved the team. But in order to be a side that consistently win your biggest trophies, you need to be more than just what Bruno has, or he needs a player that's
Okay,
better
could we
than
get him some help?
that
Maybe
he's
we can have-
feeding.
can we get him some help?
But
Just-
I'm
just-
saying he
just
will not
put
be
him
the,
up.
he will not be the best player in the
Okay,
team.
okay, I don't know about that, but can we
Okay.
give him some help? Because it's unfair. Can we just give him a little bit of? Just a little
I don't
One day.
think I don't think it's unfair.
One-
I just don't, because Bruno also was also in this team when they ended second. Like it's
Yeah.
not unfair
Yeah.
that his situation at United is the way it is.
Yeah.
I think he's a great
That's
player,
the dangerous United I'll tell you. I like you to come second.
Yeah.
and I personally think the only way, like again, like I said, if your take was more like, you know, he would be this, he would have changed football, whatever. He needed to be in a team like Liverpool, where his style of football will match the team that he plays for. Where his style of football doesn't match this current iteration of the United side, but he's constantly the savior.
So
right?
in simple terms, just replace him with Zoboslai under Klopp.
Ooh, does he play the most advanced out of the
Man
the-
United midfield, he is the most advanced.
Oh no, but I'm saying in the Chelsea. Wait, you saying
Zoboslai, Liverpool.
Yeah, so-
And then under Klopp. Because
Yes.
it's Gravenberch, McAllister, Zoboslai.
Yeah, if he's the most advanced midfielder in a Liverpool, I think that would have been a scarier prospect than what he's tried to bring forward today.
My ballers, we've spat, we've spoken, we've shared, we've argued, ripped hair out, changed teams we support. The audience even had a tough time. I hope you've enjoyed this match day, my ballers. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hot Takes will definitely be back soon with even more hotter takes as one is being waited for or saved for another match day. But until next time, live long